Breaking 7 signs of cervical cancer that women need to observe. According to the latest statistics, cervical cancer is one of the deadliest types of gynecological cancer. But you shouldn't be worried because the medical experts claim that this type of cancer has a high rate of successful treatment if detected early. You should also know that cervical cancer is usually caused by HPV or the human papillomavirus, which is highly contagious. This virus is an sexually transmitted infection and it comes in many types, but only some cause cervical cancer. The medical experts claim that the HPV infection might go away on its own, or if your immune system is weakened it could cause abnormal cell growth that may lead to cervical cancer. Note: make sure you contact your gynecologist immediately if you notice any of these warning signs. These are the 7 most common signs of cervical cancer. 1. Unusual discharge. You should know that this is a common warning sign of this type of cancer. So when the cancer begins to grow inside the cervix, the cells of the uterine wall begin to rid, which produces a watery discharge. 2. Warts. You should know that the appearance of small warts externally or internally is a red flag for many diseases, such as HPV, which can increase the chances of cervical cancer in all women. 3. Pain or bleeding. Pain and bleeding are also typical symptoms and warning signs for this type of cancer. Well, this is probably because the cervical cancer grows on the walls of the cervix, which can dry out and even crack, causing discomfort and bleeding. There may also be rectal or bladder bleeding. Well, this means that if you notice any bleeding outside your menstrual period, then you should see your doctor immediately and get a proper treatment. 4. Anemia. Anemia is usually caused by excessive bleeding. So if you feel tired all the time and the eating habits are the same, or if your heart speeds up after normal exertion, well, this means that you may have symptoms of anemia. As we said, anemia can be caused by excessive bleeding, which often accompanies cervical cancer. 5. Urinary problems. As the cervix swells, the bladder and kidneys may be compressed, obstructing the passage of urine. As a result, you may not be able to completely empty your bladder, causing pain or a urinary tract infection. 6. Continuous pain in the legs, hips, or back. You should also know that the swollen cervix can affect your kidneys, bladder, and other internal organs. Blood vessels may also be compressed, making it difficult for blood to reach the pelvis and legs, causing pain and swelling in the legs and ankles. 7. Weight loss. You should also know that all types of cancer decrease or even suppress your appetite, including cervical cancer. The swelling of the cervix can compress the stomach, resulting in decreased appetite and weight loss. Note: don't panic. You should know that these symptoms do not necessarily mean that you have cervical cancer. This is why you should consult your doctor first when you notice any of these symptoms and warning signs. There are risk factors for developing HPV and can be contracted by both men and women. The best known risk factors for cervical cancer are smoking or breathing in secondhand smoke, multiple sexual partners, unprotected sex, low immunity. Note: because InST is the most common cause of cervical cancer, it is good to be aware of the signs and symptoms of HPV. And preventative exams like a pap smear can help detect cervical cancer early on. You should do these preventive exams once a year. We really hope you find this video helpful, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Thank you. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you want more recipes and tips, subscribe to the channel.